The lead detective in Erin Patterson's mushroom murder trial has testified that police may have missed several devices during a search of her home. Photos from the search were presented to the court. One appeared to show several laptops. Under cross-examination, leading Senior Constable Stephen Eppingstall told the court that it was his first time learning of them. The defence also cast doubt on the accuracy of CCTV evidence. Patterson, of course, has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Erin Pearson is the Age's crime and justice reporter. She was in the court in Morwell again today. Erin, tell me more about these potentially missing devices.
Yeah, that's right. The defence team brought into evidence some photographs that the jury hadn't seen before, and they were told that they were taken during search warrants conducted at Erin Patterson's home in Leongatha. Now, we know that the police attended that home on two different occasions. One was in August 2023 and one a few months later in November 2023. And at both those times on their warrants, they were told to look for electronic devices that may be items of interest. And Colin Mandy for the defence today really challenged the informant on that information and on that search, particularly the first search that was undertaken. There was a room, it was called a Lego room, where photographs were shown of. It was an open white cabinet, and there was what the defence were suggesting could be computers, and maybe in another room a phone that may have been missed. The officer was explaining to the jury that that was the first time that it had ever been suggested or he'd heard of anything like that, and he was pretty sure that when they went there they were looking for everything they could get, and that's what they did.
So we are in cross-examination mode, and so what that means is the defence is trying to find holes in evidence that was given. The senior constable had given evidence about Erin Patterson visiting the website iNaturalist. What did the cross-examination do with that?
Yeah, so we heard that there was a number of URLs, which is like the website wording essentially, that you put into a search tab to go to a website. And the informant was asked about documents that had been shown to the jury, screenshots of this website they allege Erin Patterson visited shortly before the lunch. And he was explaining that it was December 2024, amid his homicide investigation, that he actually himself accessed these websites and took screenshots, and they're the screenshots that the jury was shown. So the defence team were really trying to question him and prod him on whether or not that website in fact could have been different back at the time that they alleged that Erin Patterson accessed it. So the jury was shown essentially a world map with red dots on it that were death cap mushroom sightings. So there was a lot of questioning on, is the jury being shown what the prosecution alleged Erin Patterson was accessing, or whether or not that website could in fact be different now.
Well, CCTV footage presented as evidence previously was also brought into question. What did Patterson's lawyers say about that?
Yeah, so this is some CCTV that we've seen from a subway in Leongatha. Now, the prosecution say that this was taken on the 29th of July 2023, and it shows a red SUV four-wheel drive vehicle pull up across concrete in the dark to the front of a subway, and a teenage boy, they say, gets out and goes into the store. The prosecution say that this was the accused woman's son, and then the car left, and there's 11 minutes that hasn't been accounted for. But today, the defence barrister quizzed the informant on whether or not that was in fact the accused woman's son, or if it is a mystery boy essentially. So they were asked if there was any banking records or records from the subway that could show what time that transaction was made. The informant said he was pretty sure, and he maintained it was the accused woman's teenage son, but said it was a matter for the jury.
All right, Erin, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.